Hello, Radiant Soul Lights. It's always great to connect with each and every one of you. I really look forward to our time together here, and I hope you do as well. So those of you that have newly subscribed and are getting the notifications, thank you so very much. And I also want to give a heartfelt thanks to those of you that have recently connected with me through Patreon, and then also some of you have given me some appreciation gifts or donations, and I thank you very much for that as well. As always, there are timestamps in the description of this video, so you can always skip ahead. I am going to be doing another ritual. I do love working with ritual. I find it's a wonderful way to anchor the energies and intention of what we're wanting to release, create, let go of, draw in, focus on, whatever it is that we are working on in our life. It's a wonderful way and a very empowering way to assist us on our path. So we're going to look at the energies of the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Scorpio lunar eclipse. I'm finding that it is a very, very powerful complement to the energies that are coming up. And full moons have to do with culminations. They can be a releasing of some sort, but really it's about a culmination of what you've been focused on. And it is about putting something out into the world or seeing what comes back. Full moons can have a bit of a boomerang effect, so you might find around a full moon, especially as the moon is waxing, as it's gaining in its fullness and being more potentized, you might find yourself saying, oh, I'm working on this, or this is coming in, or I just thought of this, or thought of this person, or this was incomplete. So it's another way also of completing something. It kind of shows you where you are in the manifestation cycle. So we're going to be looking at this from a soul level, checking in. What is this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse? What is the culmination? What is culminating for you? What is coming back to you? Any other guidance on a soul level, connecting in through our higher selves and accessing the Akash. I really want to access the Akashic records to see what is destined, what is fate, because nodal access along with solar eclipses, and this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio is activating the north and south node. It's on the south node, but it's activating obviously the north node in Taurus, where we have Uranus right there. So if you know your chart, you might want to look at where is Scorpio, where is Aquarius, Leo, where is Taurus in your chart, especially that Taurus Scorpio axis. Even if there is not a sign there, even if it may be just by cusp or house, it may be a planet may not be particularly in a particular house. Even look at the second house and also the 8th house, and I would say the 5th and 11th house, to get a greater picture of what are you releasing on a soul level, what has been releasing and what is culminating, what is coming together for you. And this is going to give you an idea of the direction between now and October of this year. And for some people it may be closer to November, December, but for many people you're going to have a great idea of where spirit and your higher self is taking you. Where is your soul really leading you, and how do you align more to that energy? So we're also going to do, as I said, a manifestation ritual, or in a sense a culmination and manifesting. So you want to get a glass of water, and then you want to get a piece of paper, a small piece of paper, or whatever you feel comfortable with. And on this paper you're going to write what it is that you're culminating, what is coming to you, what do you want to draw to you, what do you want to complete? Because in some ways a full moon is really about a completion. There's something completing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, astrally, etherically. Now, is it completing to manifest, or is it completing to change shape and form? So what I like to do is I write what it is that is culminating for me, or what I'm completing. So what do we mean by completion? That if it's completing, then it goes into the next level of a manifestation. So that completion can be something that you're completing in a mental state, your emotional state, your mindset, and you're ready for a physical manifestation of it. You're ready to draw that into physical existence. Or if it doesn't quite manifest within the timeline that you want, or culminate and complete, then you can go back and look and see, 2 weeks previously, 6 weeks, and a year, what else could I do? Or where was the ball dropped, so to speak? What can I do now? What can I integrate now because I have more information, right? So whatever it is, you're going to write it down here, and then you're going to fold it. You can just fold it in 4s. And culminations bring new, again, something is on a new level, right? So as you fold it, you're just going to take a couple deep breaths in, conscious breaths in, breathe out consciously. So you're bringing consciousness to the breath of life, inspirar, inspiration, taking in the breath of God, the life force animating energy, and releasing the breath. So this is connecting you into source energies as you breathe in, breathing in that breath of life, connecting to source through your energies, your individual connection to source, your true power and empowerment. Breathing out, releasing the breath, anchoring the energies in the denser physical body, and just picture, imagine, and sense, see, and feel a ray of light through your body, up through the cosmos, into infinite source, source of the all that is, the innate infinite intelligence of the all that is. And you're now releasing this because it's completed. So you put it in the water, and the ink will begin to separate. Okay, I'm going to fold it one more time. Now, you want to leave it in there for 3 days so that you're still operating on the full moon energies. Now, you can do this on the waxing moon. So as the full moon is approaching, so 2 to 3 days before, actually 1 to 2 days before and up to 3 days after is very potent, is very powerful. And again, on a full moon, we're letting something out into the world. It's culminated. There's some form of completion. And so we're putting this out in the world. We're letting it go out in the world, and we're seeing what is coming back. So as a new moon is a new beginning, it's starting something. A full moon is completing. It's a culmination. Something's coming together. Perhaps multiple parts of something in your life are coming together. So be very mindful to notice through the synchronicities right now what is coming together for you, what is culminating. And in this culmination, there is a completion so that you can move forward. You can make a different decision or a better decision. Or in that culmination, there can be something or someone drawn to you. So it's really important to honor where you are in the life gifting circle, the circle or cycle of manifestation. Where are you in the holy, sacred space, that circle of light? Where are you, beginning, middle, and the end of something to begin again? So in essence, in the full moon, we are about as we start, if the moon starts waning, again, then we're releasing something. We're essentially saying we've taken it as far as we can. We're letting it go. And this is why if you really want to release something, or even on a mundane level, if you're cutting your hair and you don't want it to grow back as quickly, you want to cut it when the moon is waning. right? So you're about to garner more energy for more direction and focus in your life. So honor that something's completing, there's a culmination that's taking place. Since it is in Scorpio, there is something that is left out or cut out or changed. It could be transmuted, right? Scorpio ruling the death card, Pluto. It could be something in your life that has transmuted. In other words, the energy has changed, so there's some kind of transformation. You're now using your energy in a different way or with a different focus for a different need or want, a different goal, a different part of your life is coming through now. Because again, there has been a culmination and a completion. So let's get to the readings. This is soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I will pause the video more so you can get a closer look. I'm going to turn these over. This is Theo in the runes. We've got Iwas here, the yew tree. Oh, she doesn't want to stand up for some reason. Okay, then we're going to put them this way. And then we have Tiwas here. Okay. So many of you probably have already chosen. Just always remember to trust your own intuition to what you are guided towards, where you feel the soul call, to choose a soul story stack that most resonates for you. After I pause the videos, we will get into the individual soul stories for each soul group. I'll see you in the readings. Hello, this is your soul story. If you chose soul story number 1, Theo. And this energy will be working to hold the intention for your manifestations. So first off in the rune, you have Theo, one of my favorite runes because it has a lot to do with increase. Monetary increase, increase emotionally, increase in energy. When you receive Theo, it's the universe's signal to you that something that has been lacking or deficient, or perhaps one part of your life was diminished, or for some reason less energy, attention, or focus there, that area is going to pick up. Now, in regards to relationships, it means that your affections are returned, or that someone cares about you, or there's about to be more emotional intimacy, more connection. I would say universally, this means that there is more love in your life through perhaps abundance, definitely increase in finance, because Theo has to do with cattle. And back in the olden days, we used cattle for bartering, bargaining as an exchange for goods and services. And it was looked at if you had nice cattle or good cattle or a lot of cattle, that you had a lot of abundance, you had a lot of prosperity, you had a lot of resources. So something in your life on a level of resources is picking up and perhaps even changing. Now, I do want to say that, hope you can see this, I'm still working out the camera angle, if anybody has any suggestions. Since this is a culmination time, I want to say this is probably this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, probably bringing you not only increase in finance, but a new direction work-wise, or a new avenue of work. Or something in your career picks up. Let's see what we have in the moonology. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. So something is gaining momentum. I really feel this for you, soul story number 1. I feel like you're perhaps coming out of a stagnant time in your life. And so for you, the culmination is some form perhaps of learning lesson, understanding, life hack. You hacked something, you learned something, maybe you have a shortcut to something, or you put in enough maybe Saturn lessons so that you have a firm foundation or a better foundation from which to build from, live from. And here you have a butterfly. You have a flower here, so there's new growth. And the butterfly for transmutation and transformation. So somehow your energy is different. I feel like you're not going to be giving your energy to people or places that are not able to reciprocate. So that's a big thing for you. So definitely learning lesson, culmination, but culmination, perhaps a new understanding in your life of what's really important to you and what you really want to do and or focus on. This could also bring a relationship to a new level or better level. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Look at that. I love this card because you have the arrow there. So see, you're much more focused. So you might have been, a little scattered, or you had a lot going on. A lot of times when we're creating something or doing something new, or maybe starting a new business, or at a new job or something, that there's a lot that can be overwhelming, or we have a lot to do. So I feel your life is going to be getting simpler, that you probably had a lot of moving parts to your life, a little this, a little that, little this, little that, this, I have to do this, I have to do that. And something is simplifying, hence the arrow, to hit your true target, your heart's desire. So you're being asked to look at the bigger picture in your life, to not focus as much on the little things or the details. Try to be more in nature, especially I would say between, definitely around this lunar eclipse, which I believe is May 5th. But between, I'm recording this video in April, so anytime in April, May, June on, let's say between now and October, be in places where you feel alignment, where the energy feels in alignment to you and for you. Oh, and then you got you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Now I find it interesting, you got waxing crescent moon. So something is increasing. And then you also have full moon. So that's always an increase because, after the full moon, there needs to be a releasing. We go in the balsamic phase and the disseminating phase, where disseminating moon is where you release what you know, you publish it, you communicate it, you put it out there. You have to empty back up to fill up. So some of you may be putting something in the world or social media, or maybe you're publishing, or maybe you're speaking up more, or maybe you're posting more. Maybe you're looking at doing some kind of, book or project where you're sharing your information, sharing what you know or your life experience. But again, you've got two full moons, full moon in Virgo, so there's something also good enough, but that your projects or whatever you want to put out there in the world is good enough. So this tells me whatever you're doing, the time is now, because it's a culmination, right? So you're ready, whatever it is that you're doing, you're ready to do it. It's time to do whatever it is that you're doing, to put it out there in the world. So this is a good time, the next, whatever it is, 6 months, to put projects out there in the world. Now we're going to look at the planetary energy. Oh, Jupiter. Boy, are you getting the messages. Confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. And I also feel this could do with publishing, or maybe publishing something more spiritually based. Jupiter, the great beneficent, brings beneficial, rewards. It brings an expansion. So again, Fiu has to do with increase and expansion. So you're getting two messages reinforcing this expansion that you're to be doing in your life, or that's going to be happening. It's because what you've built up, again, has reached a level that naturally draws increase per the law of magnetic attraction, which we can't use it, but we activate it. If you build up a lot, if you culminate and you get to a strong enough level, you start attracting from that level, or whatever it is that you're putting out. So the energy for you to connect in is Leo. The energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. So you also have here in Jupiter about self-belief. So this is time to do whatever it is that you want to do, put it out there, activate, but also expect people to come to you, to notice you, to want to, work with you. Or this is, again, it could be, more insight, information. It could be that you're also, again, getting noticed, getting raises, increased financially. This is a time of increase, so use it well. So in other words, it's going to have, more income, more money, better health, better focus. And Leo, it's all about you, following your heart and connecting with the creative aspect of your being. It's time to focus creatively in your life at this time. What are you building? What are you building, soul story number 1? What are you creating? Now, the house most affected, we've got the 4th house, which is family, your home and roots of your being. Well, some of you could have enough money to pay off a home or buy a home or house or something of a large item. Now, I do feel a lot of you have been looking at family roots, family tradition. Now, again, 4th house also reinforces the idea of the moon, also Cancerian energy. So Cancer could be important to you, that Cancerian energy, or you could have Cancer prominently in your chart or someone close to you. But it's also saying that there's increase in the home. Now, this could be working from home. If you work from home, there's more customers or clients. Whatever you're doing in the home increases. Now, this could also be some kind of, decorating, design, doing something differently in the home, feeling better in the home. And for many of you, also feeling better in the home that you carry with you all the time, your body. Feeling more comfortable in your body. Because some of you, I feel like there's something that you're doing that you need your energy, you need your focus, and you need to feel better in your body, or not worry so much about your body or how you look or how you feel. It seems for you, soul story number 1, that a lot is coming together for you. There's a lot coming together, whatever that means for you. I'm going to move this over here. But you can see where we're going with these cards, right? I can see the story unfolding from the Akash for you. Have faith in your dreams, and then look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture of your dreams. You're good enough for your dreams. You're getting blessed. You're getting blessings. You're getting enough to complete what it is you want to do. What are your dreams? And the focus is you. Leo, similar to Aries, is a lot about the individual person. It's a lot about you in the world, especially the mundane world, and it's manifesting a bigger picture. So now I would say the 4th house also has to do with some kind of foundation. So many of you have changed your inner foundation enough that you can have a bigger dream, a bigger vision. Okay, so now we're going to leave these to the side, is what I'm hearing, and we're going to do a bit of tarot and see if we can get a bit more clarity for you in this Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse energy. And this is taking in all of the adjunct or supplemental, complementary aspects that are happening right now, and also energetically what is happening on the spirit realm and in the Akashic on the soul level. So we're going to look at a little, we're bringing in some of the astrology, but we're looking beyond the astrology, beyond the planetary, and seeing what is the best messages for you of how to utilize this time, this phase, one more, and what is coming up for you. Definitely there's about to be some kind of manifestation of your dream. And I do feel that it is a destined, work. Emperor. You know what's so interesting? Soul story number 1. When Jupiter came out, and then Leo, I was thinking of the Emperor, and I was thinking of Mars energy, right? This is Aries. So I definitely feel this has a lot to do with finance, business, money. It has a lot to do with what you're individually doing in the world. And I feel that if you have the faith in what you're doing and you take a chance, in other words, don't get too bogged down in the details. Focus on the big picture right now. I mean, the details you'll just naturally do. Don't get caught up in worry or how would this happen? How would I really want to have this happen, but I don't see how it can happen, or who's going to, contact me, or what's going to happen. If you don't get caught up in that, your energy is going to stay very magnetic and draw to you in the right people and situations to start a whole new level, a level of, massive increase. Wow, the devil. You're learning how to manifest without worry also. That's a big part. Like, how do I manifest without worry or getting stuck in something? Now, many of you, this big picture is freeing up. It's getting out of entanglements. So I'm going to leave this here because this card just wanted to come out. It's not particularly part of the spread. We've got the devil, and then we are showing up at the Seven of Wands. So you do have a lot of focus and creativity, but I know you feel like you're in a rut. You feel like, oh my God, drudgery, I have to do this, I have to do that. Like there's so much for you to do. But it's part of the process. And there we go, Queen of Cups, just as I said that. Again, Cancerian energy, and we have fourth house, so you may need to rest more or do more for the body, or many of you could be working from home or doing a different position. I'm getting much more of an entrepreneurial energy from you. So let's look what the middle card is. What is holding the energy, and what are you putting out into the world? Queen of Wands, industriousness. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here. So what's helping you is your creativity, your industriousness, the part of you that can kind of think quickly or go by your inspiration. So this is right under the Emperor. So what helps you right now is connecting with the big picture, connecting with, invention, innovation, your creativity, what inspires you. Even if it doesn't seem to bring money or a lot of money right now, it will. You're gaining momentum. That's the big thing I need to tell you. Look at that Chariot. So this is what the universe is bringing you. By the way, this is ruled by Cancer, the Chariot. And this is also victory. So there's some victory, there's some move. Now some of you, again, it could be a larger item. It could be a car. It could be changes to a car, new car, having the money to fix a car. It could also be house, because Chariot is house and home. It could be a move. So this is about big changes. And I'm going to say, come October to the end of the year of this year, you're making big moves. These are not little changes, but you have to wait. So that's the issue. So the issue is having to wait and let things mature more, build up more. And here is the outcome, is judgment. So judgment has a lot to do with the soul call. So this is saying that there will be decided changes, big changes that you have been focused on or that are gaining momentum. It's also letting judgments fall about how things, wind out. Let's see, King of Swords. A lot of you are doing some kind of project, writing, teaching. I'm going to see if we can get a little more clarification. The World, look at that. Now, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and then the Sun. Wow. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I do feel that you have, for some of you, it's a huge move, a long distance move. For some of you, it could be a move overseas, international, a different way of living. Buy now. So something you're buying, is it a car? Is it a house? See, this card, I always look at the person there. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing, but you're kind of connected to the light here. Everybody's kind of humdrum, doing their own thing, you know, like kind of the masses. You're separating out from the masses. You're hearing, which is judgment. You're hearing your soul call. You're really connected to spirit at this time, and will continue to be. So something in your light is lightening up and lighting up and lightening up. There's this light that's guiding you. So you may feel, you know, like, oh, I'm around all these people, or I'm doing regular things or mundane things, but I see and feel spirit. I feel God. I feel the magic. I feel I'm guided. You're going to feel very, very guided. And I would say, due to this Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse, because it's Scorpio, it has a lot to do with the occult, you know, spirit, tarot, magic, the mysteries of life, mysticism, seeing below the surface and being guided. And more than anything, really, with you is the occult knowledge, feeling very guided by spirit, or what you might call, some people might call spirit guides, or supernatural, or synchronicities. But you are definitely hearing the call, like, okay, now I do this, now I do this. So there's going to be a lot of steps that open up for you. Like, okay, now you go here, now you do this, now this is opening, now you do that. So if you have been feeling, which I do feel a lot of you, if not all of you, have been feeling like scattered, or I can't quite make things happen, especially with that Jupiter energy, it's all over the place, or I have too much to do, I'm overwhelmed, something starts coming in where the steps are very clear of what to do and what to focus on, and the people that are going to be there for you and that are going to help you. So I feel there's some, out of this culmination comes some defining steps and defining moments where you're going to look back and say, wow, that's the decision that changed my life, or the way that I live, or brought me this amazing career, or job, or relation, or all of it. With the world, it's not just one manifestation that you're drawing in, it's many, but it sets you apart. So some of you could also get more acclaim through social media, or your own area of expertise, or in your career, or something more public, where you're more seen, you're ready to be seen now. And again, this is on a soul level. This is coming from the Akash. It is deemed to be. A part of you has ended or is over. A part of your life is over. It's like, well, I don't do that anymore, or I never did. I don't do that anymore, or that's, no, I completed that, or I finished that. So it's like somebody being a department head, let's say, in some career or job, and they don't go back to, teaching like they did before, right? Or someone is, director of resources, or creative director, they manage 10 people, and now they're like, oh, well, no, I don't go back to just designing, I manage whole teams, or now I'm the project director, or I'm the director of marketing. So there's some major level up that's coming in for you. I'm glad and especially with Sun card again, this is reinforcing the Leo energy, which you've got here, creativity. There could be some positive changes in the summer. You're going to be more around people, especially in the summer months. We've got Gemini, Libra energy, Aquarius, but this is also moving into leadership positions, really being listened to, heard, acknowledged, understood, really being seen, really being sought after. Now let's look at the cards that we put to the side. Family, well, 4th house. So getting friends like family, getting your soul family, but there could be concerns, issues, or focus on family. Whether creating a family or your whole family is up-leveling. If those of you that these changes, 5th house here, family, could affect your family or how you live, where you live. Again, there could be a change and you're having to move the whole family. That's what I'm seeing. Peace. and Mother Earth, which is your home. So you may feel more connected to people through this. Whatever you're going through, you might feel more of a connection to people, your soul family, or just people in general, or you're reaching more people. Now, some of you could work with family members or do some project or something with family. I'll look and see. Get a little more information with you with Energy Muse crystal cards here. Heather Askenosi's cards. Oh, Sunstone, which has to do with creativity, by the way. Take pleasure in the things that you do. So, creativity, pleasure in what it is that you do. Fifth house energy. Some of you, there could be something that you're doing with a family or for a family or your family. Everybody up levels together. And we're going to one more card, and then we're going to do Astro Dice, and then we are going to move on. Like these little enlightenment message cards. Wolf, emphasize a deep connection with your intuition and instincts. Well, that's the Scorpio. Really trust your instincts and your intuition at this time. And Wolf, you are a teacher, and also about working in a pack. That could be community, that could be soul family, or what you consider your soul family. I really can't express, I can feel it psychically very strongly for you, that some big changes are going to happen that you didn't think could happen or would happen, and some of them is not in your dreams or big picture, but they're to your liking. And it puts you in a whole new trajectory. So I do feel that the solar eclipse, the new moon solar eclipse that we had in Aries is very, very powerful for you. I think at the end of this video I will put a link or an end screen to that video. I think if you haven't watched it, it could be very beneficial for you. I don't know. There's just, this could affect relationships, family. Some of you might just even have a business, might start a business with family or people you consider family. Let's look at Astro Dice. Fourth house again. Okay, I think some of you, you're going to move. You've got Venus and Gemini in the fourth house. So a lot of you could be working from your, let's see, Venus and Gemini. There, you can see that. And we've got the fourth house, second. So I'm going to pause here and look. Some of you could be making decisions coming up about, do I actually move? Should I move? Should we move? Should the whole family move? Should we move, or one person in the family moves and then the family comes later? There's an energy of relocation here. There's also the message is to do multiple things. So if you are, perhaps maybe you're working for a company, corporation, business that's not your own, Venus and Gemini in the fourth house would say to also do something at home if you have some ideas. This is also the area of publishing, social media, all forms of communication, but neighborhood. So be very aware of the neighborhood when you want to move, because many of you, I do feel you are moving. And some of you, it's a big move, a relocation. Some of you are downsizing to free up. But I do feel those of you that are downsizing, you're going to like your environment more, or you're going to have somehow more space. That could be outdoor space, indoor, or your indoor, outdoor living. But be very mindful of your neighborhood the next move, okay? Be very mindful of what is around you and who is around you. Now with Gemini there is going to be something about local neighborhood, or that you're moving to a place that has maybe a small town, or it could be, for some of you, could be a city with the world there. There could be more people, but in your area, it's going to be greatly to your liking in this move. You're really going to like what's around you when you move, what surrounds you. I'm seeing a lot of cafes and boutiques. Some of you, I see water or beach, a little river or some small source. So anyway, I'm getting a lot of different images. You'll apply it as you want. But very important that wherever you live, the next place, you really make sure that the environment is right for you. Whether that's within a building or surrounding area, neighborhood, that you have enough variety. Some of you are going to have museums or galleries near you, so make sure you have enough variety. Now, whatever that is for you, for whatever that it's doing. So remember, you're getting increase. We have the increase here with Fiu. There is a lot that is opening up for you. I really feel, I love this reading, by the way. I hope it's going to be my reading. I never know. I do these readings later and then see, but Mother Earth, you're being taken care of. You're being guided. That inner peace that you want is coming. You're going to have family. There's more friends or colleagues. There's more people added to your life. And you're going to be able to step out more in that leadership role and really be seen. And many of you, there's something with publishing or writing. I don't know. There's a lot to do with writing and publishing of all sorts, with Gemini there and Jupiter. All right, Radiant Soul Light. So your Soul Insights mantra for this is, well, I am divinely guided through this phase and passage for me on a soul level. I have nothing to fear. All is in divine right timing. Just relax into that. Feel that. All is in divine right timing. Much peace and light. Bye-bye. Hello, Soul Light. This is your soul story. Soul story number 2. The rune you chose was Iwaz, which is signified by the yew tree. And it's interesting, if I put my fingernail here, it turns into Lagus, which has to do with intuition, trusting one's intuition. It's also ruled by the moon and femininity, the female aspect of our being. It can be also about being timid. But what I would say is when we're on our path, things do bounce back. If we follow the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, our inner guidance, the openings, if we follow our intuition, things in our life do bounce back. So you're definitely coming into a time of renewal, recovery, something bouncing back. And the yew tree, Y-E-W, has also to do with strength. It's the tree that Odin, which is like the hangman, hung upside down to get a new perspective, to get a new view on life, to go through a deep transmutation and therefore transformation. So there's a lot about transformation, transmuting energy for a big transformation, new perspectives that allow you to move forward in your life. So there's a lot for you about moving forward somehow. Somehow you are moving forward. And it's funny, this room does not want to lie down. So maybe that's the message too. Don't give up. Something's springing back for you. Let's look at the Moonology cards. Adjustments are required. Now that's interesting because you got Iwaz, which has to do a lot of times with taking a different viewpoint, getting on that yew tree, like the hangman, and hanging upside down, looking at a situation, a circumstance, a relationship, or even at yourself differently. So this full moon in Scorpio lunar eclipse is bringing some kind of adjustment into your life, some kind of revamping, re-looking at. It's interesting because we're also in a retrograde as I am doing this, actually in Mercury and Taurus. So that's going to be aspecting as well. It's time to release negativity. Wow, adjustment. So yes, you're going to be now, okay, with the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. That's getting to the bottom of things, not BSing oneself. Can be, look at that, full moon in Scorpio, which is what we're coming into, full moon in Scorpio. So releasing negativity or negative assessment. So there's going to be some purging for you. Releasing, or something has culminated to end. Now that could be, I'm not doing that anymore, I'm not doing that behavior or having that idea, or I'm starting new. So there is some kind of resolution, and it's definitely spiritual. The spirit plane is figuring in very prominently with all this violet. It reminds me of violet flame, Saint Germain, the violet flame, the seventh chakra. And let's see what the other card is. Don't let your past hold you. South Node. This is a message. And we have the South Node in Scorpio. So this is time to say, that's it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not holding myself back. I'm moving forward. I'm not letting this person, this situation, this circumstance, whatever I had in my past or didn't have, or past situations, past relationships. So even though this is a culmination time, something that you have learned or garnered and open up to in the Akash, you're getting more Akashic energy, but you have to do the adjustment. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Very interested. You can take a good look at those cards and see how they speak to you. What is the message that you're getting? So definitely for you, you're accessing a lot of the Scorpio access in this eclipse, right? We've got the Taurus Scorpio access. So there's a lot with you with the Scorpio. Now maybe you're Scorpio, or you have prominent placements, planetary placements in Scorpio. Or there could be big changes in the time of Scorpio, but this is definitely about letting go, releasing, relaxing, moving on. Get a little froggy in my throat because I've been traveling, and then I did some house clearing, which I love doing. I did a few house cleansing and clearings, so I had to rest up. That's why I'm getting this out later. But I feel the energy because it's starting to get dark out, sunset, and by the time I finish, it'll probably be dusk, which is a very powerful time. Wow, Mars. Your physical energy drives strength and lightning spirit. So this is the energy that is going to be pushing you. Now, and again, Mars is co-ruler of lovely Scorpio, Pluto and Mars. So this is, you're going to have radical honesty with yourself, with people, and digging deep to go to this next level, that whatever it is that you're focused on right now, you're having to dig deep, because Scorpio as well as Mars they dig deep. Mars is that, think of it, ruling athletics, same as Aries, that last mile you have to go, or that last sprint, or that last whatever, that exertion, the exertion that you're going. But you're plunging through is what I'm hearing. You're pulling through. So there could be a lot of activation, especially in the next 3 to 4 months. There could be a lot of activation for you in a particular part of your life. Oops, there goes the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, that's interesting because I was saying get another viewpoint. I almost feel like turning the camera upside down. And in fact, you may want to do that. Downward facing dog in yoga, or just straddle your legs and bend over from your hips, and hold your arms and just sway. But you definitely need a different viewpoint. We're going to get more clarity on this. Oh my gosh, wow. Are your guides on fire, or what? Is spirit like saying, come on, Michele, let's give them the message? What'd we pull for you? Scorpio, the energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Full moon in Scorpio. Mars, co-ruler of Scorpio. So we've got Pluto energy. We've got Mars showing up. So it is about action and deep diving. It's about not all necessarily deep within, but forward motion. That's pretty amazing. Okay, that's not a mistake. Because I do not look at these cards. I tune in. I ask for each soul group and soul story for the group. And I just find, look at that depth. You've got green there, so it's healing. Something's growing. Let's see, we got one more. And the house so the area of your life that will be most affected, we're going to put these cards over here to the side, and we'll get to them after the tarot. Ooh, gosh, the 8th house, which is the house of Scorpio. Plutonian energy. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So for you, soul story number 2, no glossing over. Now, I'm getting a very strong picture. We're going to look at the tarot, but I'm getting a very strong picture as to what is going on here. And I will tell you, I can definitely share with you that you are in a very, or about to go in a very deep transformation. Now, if you already have been in that, now what's coming up, the culmination is, what did you learn? How are you going to apply that now in relationships, in resources, other people helping you, whether money, financially, or energetically? This is not a time for glossing over. You have to get this, soul story number 2. I don't even know how to tell you this. I mean, I really want to emphasize this. Mars is where and how you apply your energy and use your energy. You have to use your energy differently. What have you learned over the last 12 months? What have you learned? And also over the last, I would say, 2.5 to 3 years. This is the whole cycle. What have you learned about yourself, about your energy, about other people, about reciprocity, about deeper emotions on a soul level? What have you learned about checking yourself or other people? So what's coming in for you is some kind of renewal that puts you on a new level. We're going to have more accountability, and the people showing up in your life are different, or they're showing up differently. So I keep hearing no glossing over. You're not going to be able to gloss over. All right, let's look at as above is so below. As above is so below. What are we doing here? Soul story number 2, this soul group. Adjustments are required. Yeah, you have to be able to adjust minute by minute, or day by day, or go in and go, okay, this isn't working, or this isn't right for me, this doesn't feel right, or my intuition is saying no, this is off. Now, some of you, this could be deep healing emotionally. I feel like you're in your, what we call the clinicals. Like when I studied counseling and studied my hypnotherapy, and I guess also in my metaphysical courses too, but definitely in my hypnotherapy, when I went to hypnotherapy school, and when I went back to school for counseling, we had clinicals. We learned a lot. We had theory, we had the practicum, and then we had the clinicals where we, were there for other people. We had our practice in person, and then through the school, and then we got, graded, judged. We got, this is great, how you do, why'd you do this, why are you doing it this way? Okay, well, you got the World card. When cards sneak out like that, I'd like to pull them. So we're going to put this here. Can you see that? 3 more shuffles. I'm going to move that over in a minute because it's hiding the yew tree. Iwaz, the World card. All right, let's see. Soul story number 2, soul group. This is going to be a very intense time for you. Okay, I'm going to be honest. With all that Scorpio, Mars, 8th house, adjustment, releasing negativity, I feel like it's going to be, you're kind of getting kind of cattle prodded from the universe, or your higher, really God, your higher self is, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not that. Nope, no. Does that serve? Nope. Yes, that's it. So you're going to feel, pretty guided to get out of whatever this is that you feel you've gotten into. Knight of Wands, movement, change, inspiration, focus. Ritual would be very beneficial for you. Working with magic, creating your own ritual. I mean, we did ritual today for this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. There's a lot with transformation. So Knight of Wands. So there is change that's happening, but it's not yet, you don't know exactly where you're going or what's going on. I think what's happening is you're starting to get the Mars energy. You're starting to get the energy moving, but there's no clear direction yet. It's coming, or there's a little bit, because you've got, on Mars card, the archer, or the javelin who's throwing. So there is some direction. 8 of Swords, that's how you're feeling. So either you or situations are holding you back. Don't let your past hold you back. I'm going to put that under there. There's something releasing. You can't respond in the old way or react in the old way, or there's a new energy coming in for you. You can feel it. It's either coming externally from people and situations outside of you, but it's just mirroring what's going on inside. And for some of you, this energy is coming from within. You can't do things how you used to. Wow, 2 of Swords. Meditation. That's what you're putting out there. So a lot of you are pulling back to go, wow, what's going on? I don't know what, I can feel something changing or coming in. I can feel a new direction coming in, but I got to pull back, or I'm going to the sea, I'm going to nature. Here's what the universe is bringing. 6 of Cups. Blessings, people, situations from the past. But this is also saying don't let your past hold you back. So I do feel the universe is going to bring you people and circumstances that are similar. Let me repeat this, similar to what you experienced, but you're not to handle it in the way you did in the past, because it's only similar. It's not the same thing. And this is going to help you change this patterning, which is the 8th house. 8th house has a lot to do with subconscious patterning, specifically of an emotional nature. Healing energy with that King of Chalices. Again, Scorpio energy. Could be Cancer or Pisces, but I feel it's Scorpio, scorpionic change. This is all coming from your own inner psyche. I call it the captain of our ship. The inner psyche, the soul. These are deep changes, soul story number 2, that you can't run from or hide from. And what does this bring? From the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Swords. New understanding, new direction, new way of thinking, and perhaps some kind of action. Look at those cards. There's some kind of action, a new idea, a new direction, most likely in the winter months, that is coming from this transmutation of energy within you and transformation. It could also bring something that you wanted to do in the past. I want you to look at those cards, and then what is the 3, the Empress. That's the outcome. Venus energy, Libra. Taurus. So a spread can give us a chronological viewpoint, or view, and a point of view actually, of what's going on. So you've got all this internal movement, or movement around you, a lot of change either around you, but you're still feeling kind of held back, whether from your own mindset or your circumstances, or just where you are at in the karmic cycle. because you have the South Node here. So you're releasing something karmically. We call it karmic culmination. You're doing what you need to do. You're putting in some healthy focuses or distractions or pastimes, or many of you are maybe meditating, journaling, going within. You're aware, for many of you, that there's two pathways coming up. A lot of you are looking at the past, family stuff, emotional patterning, how you responded, how you haven't gotten what you need in many situations and circumstances, many relationships that you've overdone or given. This is why adjustments are needed, right? And there's the self-healing. Some of you could be working with a therapist, a dear friend, soulmate, soul guide, spiritual teacher, spiritual practitioner, healer, light worker, or you're doing that work yourself, to yourself and with others. You're very aware of your inner realms at this time. That gives you new insight and ideas. And for some of you, it's an idea that you actually manifest or put into form. Something comes together. Something is coming together for you in the winter months. And what does it bring you? Exactly what you've been wanting. All this Scorpio energy moves into the Taurus energy. Venus, to have more, to love, value yourself, to draw in more valuable relationships, that the inner child is taken care of, the instinctual, spontaneous aspect of you. Something new is growing in your life. It's bouncing back, but in a higher vibrational frequency way, right? We've got Iwas here. Something in your life is bouncing back. A relationship, a job, a career, a direction, or it could be a new direction, but something that you wanted to do a long time ago. This tells me for many of you, there is a past goal, idea, or dream that is coming back. And it brings you abundance. I mean, the Empress has a lot to do with fertility and abundance, prosperity, growth, healing, increase of some sort. And Venus ruled, many times it has to do with a higher level of creativity or more creative output, or finances coming from the creative output, fertility of mind, body. But a very fertile, creative time. So out of this scorpionic energy, this deep dive, the cutting out of something, negativity or past patterning or generational trauma or family of origin trauma, societal trauma, workplace trauma, or just what didn't seem to fit or held you back, and you had to work through, you do get the divine payoff. And you can see, I do believe this person, I keep hitting the camera, there's a wound there. So the wound heals. You've healed your very own nature. The wounded nature or ego nature or human nature, you've healed. Or you're aware of the wound and you're taking care of the wounding. You know, in truth, our wounds never totally heal, but we get a handle on them, right? And then we see the gifts in them. You know, when we get to the deeper wounding, Scorpio, the gifts start coming out a lot. So you're about to get a lot of gifts, whether you're giving gifts to yourself or other people are. And that's coming under 8th house, so it could be gifts from other people. And that's going to be as varied as the people that are watching this. Now, let's look at the other cards that we put to the side. Universal light. The light energy coming through you, being guided. There we go. The Ace of Swords, new ideas, cutting through, breakthrough. Angels and Masters, 33, and I also say 333. So you are being helped, you are being guided, which is also the 8th house, the occult, being taken care of. Chakras are getting realigned. Now, getting cranial sacral, chakra balancing, alignment work, any kind of healing work is very helpful for you. Even distance healing, getting a reading. But working with the energy, with all that Scorpio, you have a chance between now and October to really move, really positively move some stuff, really do the deep dive. Soul heat, that says it all. This is what your soul is saying. This is what the Akash is saying. There's a soul healing. And what this is a deep level of healing on the human level so that you can connect into your soul. And it's through the heart. So you are in a very, very healing, transformative time right now. No glossing over. This is doing things differently, recognizing that you're doing things differently, like, okay, this has to stop. I can't do this anymore if I want to have this kind of relationship, or I want to have these kind of goals, or this kind of dream, or I want this kind of life, I want this kind of lifestyle, or I want this kind of body. This has to stop. So some of you could even be addictions, whatever that means to you. But this is deep healing. This is not surface healing. Now let's see what Heather Askinozi of Energy Muse. Let's see what her crystal cards have to say. Well, I got two things here. Malachite. Ooh. And black kyanite. Does that ring a bell for you? Sets strong boundaries. Yeah, there's something you have to give up. You cannot do what you want to do or receive what you want to receive, whatever area it is in your life, until you have these stronger boundaries. That's it. Time, energy, money. This other part is over. It's over. The culminate, it's done. And malachite, it's time to transform. Now, malachite, I love malachite. Brings transformation. Well, it's a transmutating stone. It shifts energy very abruptly, deeply, connects you to the heart. But you've got the heart energy here. You're bringing in the heart, the self-love, love and acceptance of yourself and others, following your heart. But malachite does changes that are deep changes that you haven't been able to do on your own. You may want to get a malachite stone, or if you have crystal cards, just put it up where you can see it. And maybe also black kyanite for boundaries. That's your healing. It's very profound. You have the animal medicine, the crystal medicine, the rock medicine of black kyanite and malachite. Malachite is one of the shamanic rock people that I was gifted and initiated with. So yeah. And very powerful, azurite and malachite. So you've got malachite here. It's time to transform. That's what this whole reading is. With all this Scorpio energy, adjustments are required. It's time to release negativity. Don't let your past hold you back. It's doing things differently. You have some of you, you're going to have to be a bit brave and do things differently. Some of you can be a little stubborn, like, oh, I don't want to, this is how I am, or this is what I do, or this is fine. Because sometimes we do things that are healthy, but it doesn't, but the time could be that we need to do something else. Like sometimes I work with clients and they're exhausted. They need to replenish, and they're like, oh, I just hiked 2 miles, or I hiked 5 miles, and I went to here and I went to there, and this friend came over, or this family member, or I did yoga and I was on my Peloton, and it's like, and I try to say that's too much. And they're like, well, I need to work out. It's healthy. And it's like, no, it's not healthy. If your body actually needs just rest, it needs time to process, to culminate, to assimilate, to metabolize. I mean, you don't eat a bunch of food and then eat more food. If you're full, you're satisfied, that's enough. So our body needs to recharge. So does our mind. Our mind, we don't want to have too many new ideas or thoughts because we want to process. So if we've been shifting a lot and we have a lot of new information coming in, we need time to process. We need to pull back a bit right here, right? Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a lot about integration before you go into a new level, right? When we move from the 2 to the 1. One of Swords, a new direction, new idea, something, a new influence. But to allow that in, we have to process. We have to pull back. We have to pause. So sometimes what's good for us, or even great for us, or beneficial for us, or life enhancing, life affirming, it still has to be done in balance. And I think that's what you're learning with all this Scorpio. You could tend to swing from one end of the pendulum to another, and you're learning balance, which is also Iwaz, the yew tree, the rune here. It's about balance. You see, it's balanced, even. As above is so below. There's a balance. Balance in awareness, balance in understanding, and balance in action. So, wow. You've got a powerful, powerful time coming up of deep transmuting energy, energetic shifts and change and transformation. There's a lot going on deep within, but it's about to bring some kind of visible, viable payoff, outcome, a culmination that brings a decidedly new direction for you. Let's see. Illumination card. Oh, Wolf. Now that's interesting. Soul story number 1. Got it. Emphasize a deep connection with your intuition and instincts. Well, this is trust your guides, your own higher self, the angels and master. Some of you feel like you're a lone wolf and having to do it all on your own. But this deep connection, which is 8th house, also over here, the deep connection with your intuition and instincts and your emotions. 8th house is emotional body. It's the astral. It's greatly going to help you. And many of you are a teacher, or you're teaching this or this next level. You're going to have a lot to teach, a lot to share. All right, let's ask the Astro Dice for further insights or guidance or predictions, heads up of what's coming up. What do you most need to know? Soul story number 2. Oh my God. If I wasn't on the camera, I would scream like a happy scream. What did you roll? Scorpio. 9th house. Whoa. And Pluto. Okay. There is no doubt you've got Pluto and Scorpio in the 9th house. What will help you lighten things up is to bring a Jupiterian experience, Sag, Jupiter, reading a lot, obviously videos like this, readings like this, inspiration, your spirituality is going to help you. But what do you need to know? What's your focus? Pluto and Scorpio. So you have Mars here in Scorpio, and now you have Pluto in Scorpio. So there is no way around this. This deep dive, this deep, 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 intense transformational time that you are going through is bringing in a new belief system or changes to your belief system in a very life-enhancing way, because you've got 9th house here. But again, I want to say no glossing over Scorpio. It's changing your mindset in the way that you think. So some of you could have aspects to Pluto right now, or you're coming out of maybe aspects to Pluto or going in to aspects with Pluto, or they've been working on you. But definitely, if you look at your soul story unfolding, it's a beautiful, wonderful payoff. But you either have to start or do the deep dive inner work, remove certain things and people from your life, and really focus on you now. Focus on what is healthy for you. Don't let your past or the ideas or beliefs of the past hold you back. You're making adjustments so that you can get this world card, right? Adjustments are needed and adjustments are being made. Ooh, wow. Soul story number 2. That is deep. That is intense. Whatever it is, you cut through. You cut through to the breakthrough. It's breakdown to breakthrough. Moving from stuck or stagnant into things lightening up, and it's like new day dawning. Your life bounces back. All right, I'm going to have to tune in for this, your soul insights, because this, I can feel the energy. It's like pulling you in to come out. All right. I trust that my inner direction and transformations, I trust that my inner direction and deep transformation processes are leading me to a higher vibrational soul expression of love, life, and fulfillment for me. Yeah, the deep transformations are leading you there. Just remember, you do get the Empress. Trust the energy, trust the movement. Lots of love, light, and big hug to you. Hello, Soul Light. Welcome to this channel and welcome to your reading. You chose the rune Tiwaz, ruled by Mars. Something coming in rather quickly or moving out rather quickly, energy up, energy high. All this has to do a lot with Mars and male energy. A lot of output, a lot of energy. So there could be a lot picking up. This could be also having to do with vitality picking up. But energy picking up in general, which I am getting that for a lot of the readings right now, for this particular video reading, there seems to be a lot picking up energetically. So it's like, how do we deal with this? The Moonology, you've got surrender to the divine. You've got the full moon here. So you got to go where you got to go, is what I'm hearing, where you're guided to go. The other thing I kept hearing for you was use it or lose it, and use it now, don't save it. So many of you may be saving something for, it's like saving that outfit or that top or blouse or jeans or pants or whatever for a special occasion. Or maybe certain dishes or certain items in the house or whatever. You need to use what makes you feel good, what makes you feel wonderful, what makes you feel alive right now in your life. Surrender the divine. I don't know who that's for, but then you got, you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Okay, it's rounding out here. So I feel like you just need to surrender to the energy of the moment, right? You just need to surrender. So let go to what's happening in the moment. It's leading you to what you want and where you want to go. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Again, another full moon. So definitely something is very full or fulfilling in your life, and it is about to go to a whole new level that is going to bring you a lot more in your life, a lot more clarity, a lot more energy, focus with that Tiwaz. Some of you, it could be somebody coming into your life, or we're going to see closer here. But now I'm going to take these 3 cards. I'm going to put them to the side. We'll get to those after the tarot. The house that is most being, so this is the area of your life that will be most affected in the 6-8 month, wow, 5th house. Tiwaz, that could be if you're wanting a mate, meet someone, or you, for many of you, I would say you're going to meet someone that you have a very strong attraction to, a strong physical, sexual attraction. 5th house is where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. So all in all for you, next 6-8 months is a lot about, or 6 months is about passion, romance, creativity, projects, people coming to you. You know, believe in the impossible. Maybe some of you thought, oh, I'm never going to get married, or I'm never going to get married again, or I'll never have a long-term partner or life partner. You're going to, whatever your goal is, it's about to happen. And a lot of you, this definitely, yes, it has to do maybe with something with children, could be pregnancy, or meeting someone that has a child. Some of you want to redo something. So maybe you couldn't be there as much when you had children, maybe younger, but now you want to be able to do more, or be there. Or maybe you had an apartment, now you have a house, or you have more space so you can do more. A lot of this is also creative energy, but it is also entrepreneurial energy, that projects going well, things picking up work-wise, project-wise, entrepreneurially, but also relationship. 5th house, this is going to bring romance suitors. How's that? This is bringing suitors to you. This is bringing people, whatever way or sex you're interested in, this is bringing that. But it is also, for many of you, bringing a lot of male energy. So the people that you're going to attract either are very creative, or they have a lot of male energy, meaning they're doing a lot in the world. They're extending out there in the world, and they're going to be extending out to you. This is the quality of energy to connect with. Pisces, surrender to the divine. The energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. Can be, but Pisces also has a lot to do with faith. And when I say surrender to the divine, I don't mean surrendering to something or someone outside of you, but that divine urge within you and what is unfolding. So Pisces, being a water sign, and the nature of Pisces being very mutable, has a lot to do with being adaptable. So right now you would best be served by being adaptable. And this means responding to the situations that you're in, rather than, you could initiate because you have Tiwaz here, the Mars energy, but initiate by what is already there on the table, what is there for you to do. Because I also feel you're culminating, that there is some kind of completion for you. This is the energy that's coming in. Pluto, transformation. Your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. That's what I'm saying, Tiwaz. I feel like the next relationship you have is going to be very transformative, or you're drawing in a lot of transformative relationships. Now, this could also be colleagues, people you're collaborating with, or it could be romantic or relationships that are leading to some form of commitment long term. But with 5th house there, it's also saying kind of keep things light, playful, enjoyable. It's more about you going with the flow and enjoying yourself, and then seeing where things go. Even with projects or consulting work, many of you, though, I do feel this is a committed relationship, or will be. Now, some of you could be doing quite a bit of dating with Tiwaz there and 5th house. There could be quite a few people that you're either dating and or working with or collaborating with. There could be new friends and opportunities, because 5th house brings creative, self-expressive, and enjoyable situations and circumstances, and then people to share in that way. So a lot of collaboration. Some of you, this could be writing or a project, something that you're putting in to form. Let's see, soul story number 3. What do you most need to know right now for this time period? Let's look at the Akash. So out of the Akash, look at One of Wands. I was just going to say, out of stagnation, there's new energy coming in. And what did we get here? One of Wands. So there's, and Tiwa's there is Mars energy. So there is definitely a lot picking up. You got to just follow the flow of what's happening. 5 of Swords, that's what you're moving out of. That's the surrender. Don't doubt yourself. Soul story number 3, Judgment. It's time to make the change. It's time to move forward. A lot of what's happening for you right now is destiny. I'm putting these two together. This is the situation. This is where you are. 4 of Pentacles. You're a little bit too focused on the details, or what you think you have to do, like the ego aspect of you. And that's out of fear or doubt or negative expectations, because you feel these changes by the new situations that are coming in for you and the new people, the new circumstances. So this is what you're putting out. 3 of Swords. That's what you're putting out in the world. So that could be past loss, disappointment, upset. But you got to believe in the impossible. So you've had, heartbreak, heartache, disappointment, can't seem to get ahead. This is what the universe is bringing, and is a new direction. Ace of Swords. There's some energy crossover, I feel, from soul story number 2 a bit with you. This is the issue, learning and moving on. Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is also the card of marriage or commitment or committed relationships. It could be contracts as well. Healing, moving on. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's under the Pisces. Could be Piscean energy prominently in your chart, or dealing with a Pisces. Or maybe there was big changes around the Piscean time. There will be with Taurus. Into April, May, some bigger changes in the outcome. 5 of Wands. So competition. Okay, so some of you feel you don't have what it takes, or you can't do what it is you need to do or want to do. That's the transformation. That's Pluto. You're very close to achieving your goal. Don't give up. Believe in the impossible. That's the 5 of Wands. You're in a situation that you need to persist, to persevere, to keep on keeping on. Let's see what, let's get some clarification. Knight of Chalices, Queen of Swords, Death. There's the Pluto energy, transformation. This is what we're clarifying. Here's the 5 of Wands. So you've got death, Pluto energy here, Scorpio, Pluto energy. Knight of Chalices. Dreaming. You're very close to achieving your goal. Believe in the impossible. Queen of Swords. Whatever you're doing, you're the masterpiece, or the master of your masterpiece. This is about not giving up. You're very close to achieving your goal. And what do you get? The Wheel of Fortune. Things turn around. This is fated time. Knight of Chalices. Spirituality, attracting people from a spiritual community, or with a sense of purpose, connecting with your soul's purpose. I don't know why I just got somebody with real estate or doing something in real estate, or I also heard don't be afraid to take up space. So that's kind of a metaphysical real estate, right? Psychic space. Queen of Swords, got Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Swords is air also. So somebody could be helping you through something, someone through your community to move forward or do something that's very life enhancing, positive, or new direction. This could also be work. Getting together with something. Now remember I said there's going to be much more collaboration. And it moves your life forward. It gets you to that next level that you want to go. So this is, to me, telling me chance encounters. There's a lot you're moving away from to get to more fun, lightness, creativity, spontaneity, play, meeting more people. You're not yet, I'm going to take one more card and see if we can get further clarification. But what I hear from Spirit and what I see in the Akashic is you're on target, but where you're going is you don't exactly know yet. That's why you have to have that Pisces energy, kind of go with the flow. And you also have surrender to the divine. You're being led and guided to what you most want, your goals. But you know, it's like the GPS when it goes rerouting, or keep to the right, or keep to the route. U-turn, rerouting. You're getting a rerouting. That's what this lunar eclipse is bringing. And I would say the energy of it started in the solar eclipse, new moon in Aries solar eclipse, but there could be a slight disappointment, maybe even misunderstanding, or maybe a little loss or disappointment. Just something, oh, I thought it was going to be more like this, or I thought there was going to be more of it, or I thought this was in May, maybe even June, but I would say probably around May. But it ends up turning out more in your favor. 7 of Wands. The World. I've shuffled in between each reading, each soul group, each soul story, and I do believe everyone's gotten the World. So this is 7 of Wands, is courage, it's belief in oneself, moving into the leadership position, whether it's the leadership, of your own life, being your own inner authority. There's a big change, and the Sun. Wow. I think I said soul story number 2, and there's some crossover because their clarification was the World and Sun. So creativity, look at all that yellow on this card, on the Pluto card. This is mental clarity, it's lightness, sunshine, collaboration, creativity, but it's yellow also brings clarity on the mental realm, and you've got yellow here, this golden yellow, insight, wisdom, that's coming under the Ace of Swords, also ties into the Hierophant. Yeah, you're definitely learning something new that gets you in a new pathway. Now let's see these cards. What did you choose? Grounding. Well, that's what I feel like you're trying to do here with the 4 of Pentacles. It's time to ground your ideas, but not either looking in the past or what you have. You are not your bank account. You are not what you have externally or materially or tangibly on the earth plane. Your roots go deeper than that. Soul story number 3. Your roots go deeper. And you're getting fed by your roots. What is that for you? What are your roots? What roots you? What grounds you? Focus on that. Abundance. Wow. That's the new level. More than enough of everything. I just feel some of you are going to have an amazing either shift in a relationship, that there's just much more clarity and fun, but a lot of you, this brings new people, new create mates, new soulmates. Starseed mates, right? Starseed light being. Wow, personal power. Tiwaz. There it is. Tiwaz, personal power, empowerment, getting through it. Thriving. Soul story number 3. This is all about thriving. Got that Ace of Wands. Look at all that. You've got the orange light of vitality, clarity, insight with the yellow, gold, wisdom. Red for power, Mars energy, Scorpio, Mars. Aries energy. And it builds you, again, the Wheel of Fortune. Things move that you have a better foundation. This foundation that you're building will not be disrupted. A much, much better foundation for you. Okay, let's see. Get a little illumination card. I get 2. Owl. Pay attention to the winds of change. I actually got another one for you too. Unicorn. See the elegant magic of your individuality. So pay attention, surrender to the divine. You're being guided. There are synchronicities, there are messages, you're getting confirmations. Use your own inner wisdom of what's gone on before, but also connect into the magic, to your personal gifts, your soul gifts. Your soul gifts are going to bring you a lot of abundance. And Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. So there's some obstacles that are being removed in your life. Whether it's financial, whatever it is, whatever's been blocked or stopped or wherever you've had the most obstacles, Ganesh is removing them. And it's lighting up your path. Your path is going to be well lit. All you're going to have to do is follow the divine. Follow your own inner guidance, the divine guidance. Don't overthink it. Wow, powerful. Connect with the owl medicine. Pay attention to the winds of change, because these winds of change are guiding you in the direction that you not only want to go in, but need to go in. It's part of your soul's destiny, your soul path. You've got the fates here, past, present, future. This is a message from the Akash. You're on your path to destiny. That's why you can't really see where it is you're going. You can't see the total picture yet. You have the picture in your mind. You have believe in the impossible. You're very close to achieving your goal, but you don't know exactly how it's going to manifest or unfold, or what the details are, or what other parts are there that are going to be amazing. So the fates are helping you. This is a fated situation. This is your destiny unfolding. So fate has intervened to redirect your energy, to stop something, start something, to get you, I feel, in a new direction that has a lot to do with the 5th house. So you may want to really read up on the 5th house. An owl, wisdom, being, the owl has great eyesight to really, actually hearing too. They can hear, or feel vibrationally. They feel vibrationally. What they also can see, their eyesight, right? So many of you could have the gift of prophecy, or very intuitive and or psychic. And so you're being asked to use that, open up, relax into that, which is surrendering to the divine. Wow, pretty powerful. Very, very powerful. All right, I want to choose a crystal card from, well, it already is telling me, pick this one. What is this? Ooh, get up, get moving. Ooh, Tiwaz. Mars, bloodstone. Bloodstone is also clearing blood, the bloodline, cleansing, fasting, with all that blood. It's purifying. So there's some purification process you're coming out of, or maybe for some of you going into, but Get moving. This is an activation. This is about activating on the potentials that are around you right now in your life. Activate the potentials that are around you right now in my life. That's your, I guess that's going to be your soul, your mantra, because I said my life. Okay. You ready? Beautiful soul light. Okay. As I surrender to the divine and follow my inner guidance, I am guided to the positive potentials in my life. Oh, some of you, I am now activating a higher vibrational frequency of my soul's purpose and path. Wow. Please let me know how this unfolds for you and how it resonates for you. I just feel like, wow, something pretty amazing is coming through for you. Almost forgot the astro dice. Let's see what messages. Let's get up and get moving. You know what's interesting? I feel like a lot of movement. Like I want to get up, go out, go outside, go for a run. Yeah, I really can feel the energy of movement. With the 5th house, you're going to have a lot of external influence, people coming in your life, new situations, a lot to do with spontaneity, creativity. This could even bring like parties or joyful experiences, music, arts, museums, galleries, entertainment, concerts. Let's see. Leo. 6th house. Venus in Leo. In the 6th house, you're going to change up your routine where it's more fun, more Leo energy. 5th house, Leo rules the 5th house. So Venus, okay, you've got Tiwaz, which is the male principle, and now you have Venus, which is the female or feminine principle. You have the masculine principle. Tiwaz isn't just masculine, it's male. And Venus is feminine, but it's also female. So that's telling me divine counterparts. Leo, a lot of heart energy, creativity, a lot of passion and purpose. So you're going to be doing much more creative endeavors, have much more of a creative focus, much more going on in your everyday life. I would say expect things to really pick up. You're going to be quite busy, maybe a little overwhelmed sometimes, or just keep it to process, do what you need to do in the moment. Don't try to overdo. That's this here. Don't overthink it and overdo, because you're coming from a period maybe of some stagnation, so things are really starting to pick up. Venus, but it's about love and heart connection and loving what you do, loving the people that you're around, letting the people around you love you, and focusing more on activities and creating a routine that is much more supportive of you and for you. All right, Radiant Soul Light, get up and get moving. Tiwaz. Lots of love and light and big hug. Hope to see you in the next reading. Bye for now.